Welcome once again to our annual 2021 Candidate Interview Forum here in the Delray Beach Community Forum. I am Shaun, one of your admins here, and I'm happy you've tuned in tonight for, a great interview with a candidate running for, either a commission spot or our mayor position. So we're happy to have you here. We hope you enjoy the following interview. But beforehand, we want to take a second to thank our partners, Robes Law Group. They've stepped up and sponsored this interview series this year to allow us to bring you a much better quality product than we were able to bring you last year, while remaining within the COVID standards and regulations to keep all of this virtually. So to talk a little bit more about the community involvement and Robes Law Group, I'm going to bring in Tom Robes. Tom, good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Shaun. Great to see you, and thank you for allowing Robes Law Group to partner with the Delray Beach Community Forum for this important event. Here at Robes Law Group, we've helped out thousands of people throughout the years, either through our outreach, through our philanthropic endeavors, and just by helping people who've been injured in motor vehicle crashes and slip and falls and things of that nature. But one of the things that's always been important to us is making sure that our clients and other members of the community have accurate information and to make sure that they're well educated when they're making decisions with their claims. And so naturally, when this opportunity presented itself, we thought it would be great so that our local community can have accurate information, be well educated when they go ahead and cast their votes.
Thank you very much for that, Tom. And without further ado, let's get to tonight's interview. I hope you enjoy it. Good evening, Delray Beach Community Forum. I am Shaun Hall, one of your friendly neighborhood admins, and as always with me is your other favorite friendly neighborhood admin, Greg Weiss. Tonight, we actually have one of our second to last installments of our 2021 candidate interview series. We also are still pleased to be partnering with Robes Law Group, who is sponsoring all of these interview series. Robes is here in Delray Beach. They're an active member of the community. They specialize in automobile accidents and personal injury cases. So should you find yourself in the unfortunate position to be involved in any of those, give them a call at 561-570-5700 or visit them at robeslawgroup.com. Greg, who do we have with us tonight?
So today is installation number four of the 6 candidates, and we are going to be interviewing mayoral candidate Tracy Caruso. Nice. Tracy's been part of the Delray scene for quite some time. She's thrown her hat in, is running for mayor against the incumbent, and the questions that you, our members, have submitted will be asked of Tracy tonight, and we're just pretty excited. So I think now is probably a real good time to bring Tracy in.
Absolutely. Let's do that now.
There she is. Hey, Tracy.
Hi. It's so good to see both of you. Shaun, Greg, thank you so much for having me here today or tonight, whenever it is that you air this.
Yep.
Just
well, we air it tonight. So, or not tonight, but one of these
exactly.
Nights.
So we appreciate your time here, addressing the members of the Delray Beach Community Forum and the greater Delray community as a whole. And so we're just going to go over the format a little bit. We are going to give you an opportunity to have an opening statement where, you can do traditional political, you can do off the cuff. It's really your choice. There'll be 4 questions that'll be intermingled between Shaun and I during the course of the interview. And then at the end of the interview, you have a closing statement where you just get to be you. Be your genuine Tracy and address our members in the community. So without further ado, why don't we just get into the first question? You ready, Tracy?
Well, it's her opening statement. We'll do the first question after that.
Thank you, Shaun, for the correction.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here. All right, Tracy, go ahead and take
Let's do that opening statement.
This one, I think I will, I'll actually read something that I prepared for you.
Okay.
I'm Tracy Caruso. I'm hoping to be your next mayor. I live on the beach in Delray. I love it here. I'm married to State Representative Mike Caruso, and I have 7 stepkids. That's right, 7 of them. 2 fluffy dogs. I'm the owner and president of Delray Beach Executive Suites, and I've helped over 100 businesses grow and prosper here. We're located in the SET community. I'm the chair of the Historic Preservation Board. I'm involved in the community. I'm really one of you. I created a mentoring program for girls at Atlantic High School. I'm a rape crisis counselor. I'm a member of the Joint Holocaust Task Force for Palm Beach County, and I've chaired many committees such as Palm Beach County Cares for Hurricane Relief. I'm also a member of the Delray Beach Water Collective. This election isn't about party or campaign rhetoric. It's about finally bringing our whole community together. It's about listening to the needs of everyone in our community and making sure that everyone has a seat at the table. It's about being an ally and a voice. It's about equity. City employees shouldn't work in fear of being fired. Their voices must be heard. We need a stable city hall and a new city manager who actually runs the city without being micromanaged. We need to admit, absolutely admit, and apologize for years of dirty water. We need to work with local businesses to help our economy and deal with ongoing COVID struggles. This isn't rocket science. It's something my life experience has prepared me for, from managing real estate to working in the community to being a local historic preservation activist. I have the experience our city needs now more than ever. My goal is to bring our city together. That's right. I want to bring us together and solve our toughest and most longstanding problems. I need your support, and we all need to work together to make this happen. Let's work together and make this happen. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having me here tonight, guys.
Well, we're excited.
Yeah.
Very excited. It was a great opening statement. And now we've got 4 questions that were posed to us to bring to you, the candidates, for the different seats on the this year's commission election. So if you're ready, let's get started.
First one, Tracy, is going to be on the topic of economic development. All of our questions have came to us from the members, and we've kind of pared them down into an actual question because we got a lot of long-winded ones. So economic development, while it's a very broad term, it's as important now to Delray Beach as I think it ever was before. So this is actually going to be a 2-part question. So the first part I'll ask you, do you believe Delray Beach should have a full-time economic development director dedicated to assessing Delray's current economic strengths and weaknesses?
The answer to that one is yes, absolutely. I can't believe how long we've gone without one. We need this. This is what Delray needs. How are we supposed to move forward with any type of vision without somebody in place working on this and dedicated to it? The economy is everything here. We know this. If we want to get through, COVID and the economy are really the 2 main things here. And this is a piece of it. This is how we're going to keep our business here going. This is how we're going to keep our current businesses that are here with the help that they need. And this is how we're going to attract new businesses and what we all want for a better and prosperous Delray Beach.
Awesome. And the second part of that question is going to be, do you believe Delray Beach needs a comprehensive economic development plan that encompasses short-term, intermediate-term, and long-term actionable economic development goals?
Yes, I do think we need a comprehensive plan. That's how we do everything. It's really through all of it's all of our planning. We need to have short-term goals. We need to have long-term goals. We need to have goals for now. And I think one of the biggest complaints that I hear from people in Delray is that it seems like we have a lot of things go in, a lot of things get built without any thought as to the long-term effects that we're going to have. We need to attract industry. That's what we need here. We need it for jobs. People are moving here, and we have a lot of people moving here, and we've got to accommodate them. We need to accommodate them with jobs, and you do that by attracting businesses, and we're not really doing that. It's pretty incredible because Delray Beach is it's an amazing place. People love it. It's been on an uptick for years, but we're not doing the things that a place like even Boynton Beach is doing. They're really growing by leaps and bounds, and we're just sort of getting lost in the shuffle. We're not attracting people. We're not attracting industries like, a Goldman Sachs or a Disney. We could have that here. We could have that in Delray. And those are the things that make people want to live here. That's what makes us thrive. That's what makes us grow.
Thank you. Very, thought out answers. I'm glad you brought up kind of our neighbors to the north and some of the things that Boynton's doing. I mean, just driving through Boynton Beach yesterday a couple of times, there's a lot a lot of things happening up there as far as development goes that I'm pretty excited to see how that shakes out. So awesome. I will turn the next couple of questions over to Gregg.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess I'll do 2 and 3, and then we'll finish up with you, Shaun.
Yeah,
So
number 4 is always a doozy.
all the questions are doozies, I suppose, in their own way. So the next question is on infrastructure, which has been a very hot button topic here in Delray Beach in the past probably pretty much 12 months or so. So Delray Beach is facing a litany of infrastructure issues, as you well know. The big 3 are water quality, rising sea levels along the barrier island and the intracoastal, as well as aging underground utility system. If elected, how would you address these issues?
Well, first of all, sustainability. This is such a huge thing for Delray Beach. Why are we not getting a bond issue now? Interest rates are at an all-time low. We need to get the money. We need to do this. We need to work with the state. We need to work with the county, and we need to do this work now. Waiting is not going to make it better. It's just going to be more costly. It's going to be more costly, and it's going to get worse. This is the time. We should not be waiting. We need to get that bonds, and we need to start just redoing what we need to redo. The water issues, we have more than one. That's what I can't even believe. We're going to have a whole plan for the reclaimed water system going forward. We can't keep dumping into the ocean. We know that. It's terrible for the reef. We know that this is what's going on. That's why we started our reclaimed water program. It's ending, the dumping into the ocean ends in 2025. So what are we waiting for? We need to get everything moving now. The sea level rise, we can't take the risk of what's going on in the barrier island right now. All of that flooding, it's there, it's happening. Let's just fix this. We have a huge comprehensive plan with a lot of different ideas for sustainability. We need to implement that plan. Our current mayor actually didn't vote for the comprehensive plan, but it's in and we have it. And this is what we need to do going forward.
Yeah, it was interesting. I remember King Tide last year, and we saw pictures of people kayaking down in the Marina District. So
I remember that. Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, we don't like it when Delray becomes its own meme, in that sense. So yeah, that's a real and present issue, and it's only going to get worse. So thank you for addressing that, in your way. The next question on our list is very, very interesting question. It was posed by more than one member. I kind of compiled similar questions into one question because it captured the theme of what people were asking. So there is empirical evidence of continued racial disparity in education and opportunity in Delray Beach. If elected, what would you do to remedy these disparities?
I think that the way we do this is we need to really have all of our communities involved in the decision making. So first of all, the SET comprehensive plan, that SET transformation plan, we need to adopt it in its original form. This was worked on for many years by our entire community, not just one group. It was our entire community. My own husband was even a piece of that plan. It was well thought out, and we need to do this to strip the name of the SET community out of this. How could you do that? We really, really need to just do things that are respectful of our community, not having someone like Yvonne Odom voted into office when she could have been. Ridiculous, wrong, disrespectful, shows that we're not listening. Where's the equity? To try to get out Shirley Johnson, you put somebody up, our current mayor put somebody up in the seat against her. She put up Chris Davey against Shirley Johnson. How do you do that in a historically Black seat? Everyone needs representation. Everyone needs a seat at the table. We need to build wealth within the community, legacy homes, ways for deed restriction needs to go. There's so many different things here. We talk about affordable housing, but it's really affordable for who? It has to be attainable. No deed restriction. This 99 years was ridiculous. Now we have, it must be election time because now we have another plan that goes to 40 years. 40 years, though, for deed restriction. You can't own the lands. Even the county has 15 years. That ordinance has not been passed in Delray Beach. And I would even say, let's bring it down to 5 years. You should be able to buy a home. You should be able to build wealth. Anyone should be able to have that. And you should be able to everybody should be able to live in the same way. We need to be able to give micro business loans. We need to rehab homes in the community so people aren't displaced. The gentrification worries everyone. I mean, I think that this community is the first one that I met with. I've met with Haitians, and I've met with and listened to their issues. You go into the neighborhoods there, somewhere like Rainberry Woods, and you would not believe the neglect that they've been experiencing for years. I think that the reason why I'm taking so long with this question is because I would say that the disparity here is ridiculous. A community that's been ignored forever, no lights in their neighborhoods, no speed bumps, no safety. They're last when it comes to everything. There's sinkholes, crimes, the roads are terrible. They just come last. And it's not an unnoticeable thing. We need to pour money and resources in, but most importantly, we need to actually speak with people within their own communities and see what they want. They can't have somebody in who is just imposing their own thoughts and ideas without actually going to the people, letting them have a seat at the table and saying what they want for their own neighborhoods, what they know works for them, what they say is needed. And that's the reason why I'm actually getting such huge support from a lot of communities. I'm getting this support because they sense that I'm a person who will be equitable and fair. And that's all anybody wants, a seat at the table, a voice to be heard. I'm going to help and be an ally. And that's what we all are crying for.
Oh, that's much appreciated. As one who's sat in a part of many committees, charrettes, and just community meetings over the years, absolutely. That, one of the sentences you said really did strike a chord, and that is everybody does want a seat at the table. They just don't know how to go about it necessarily, and that's why representation across the board is really critical in a community like Delray Beach. So. We really do appreciate that answer. And Shaun's got a doozy of a question coming up now, I believe.
Yeah, so this is question number 4. And
I hope you're sitting down.
For just either attending or watching most of the debates in the forums that's happened, I haven't seen this addressed enough, and I don't know why it wasn't addressed enough. Because I think the city and the community would benefit a lot from hearing your answer to this one. But Delray Beach has a lot to offer in very different capacities. But what is your favorite thing about Delray Beach?
My personal favorite thing?
Your favorite thing about it could be anything. What's your favorite thing about Delray Beach?
I would say I've got 2 favorite things about Delray Beach.
Okay.
The people are number 1. We have the diversity is incredible, and the mind power is incredible. You have everyone from CEOs to, you ever go into the Haitian community, and the nicest, most wonderful, genuine, interesting people from all over the world, from all over the United States. You have people like Tracy Caruso, originally from New York. I mean, I don't know where you'd find a Jewish person from New York in Delray Beach, but here we are.
Shocking, really.
It's really, I'm only playing around with you.
No, I know.
It's like, we have so many different kinds, of people here. We have scholars and business leaders. Delray Beach is it's a relaxed place. It's not, it's a different feeling than somewhere like a Boca Raton. Boca Raton's a wonderful place too, but Delray Beach, it's got its own vibe. It's very different. It's different in every way. And, you have children, you have young people, you have old people. You've got everything. It really does have everything to offer. And of course, it's very eclectic, and we just have a gorgeous beach just to go with that whole thing. And it's here for all of us to enjoy. And I can't think of anything better. It's small, but it's got a lot going on. It's different. There are artsy things going on if you want that. There are great restaurants. It's fun. Delray Beach is fun. That's why I moved here.
There's nothing quite like Delray Beach. As
Really
someone who's
isn't.
done a lot of
It's got
traveling around
Greg
this
Weiss,
country.
my God.
Just
What
don't ask
more
us where the
do
best.
we need?
Yeah, well, maybe
What
the
more does
best
anyone
Chinese
need?
food. I don't
Yeah.
know. That
You know,
actually should be the fifth question, Sean,
It
for
really
next year.
I got to
We
tell
should.
you, I got
Yeah.
to say, I bet you guys are looking forward to this election being over and getting asked every single day that the deepest question that's going to have the most impact, where people are going to get very passionate, it's going to be about the Chinese food.
Yeah. It's,
That's the question.
It's funny because the other day somebody posted a question seeking recommendations for Italian, and that actually got more play than the normal Chinese questions. So,
Really?
yeah, well, I guess I'm just, what I keep telling people is just wait for the food hall to open and all your dreams will come true.
You know, your dreams will come true.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's going
So
to be
now,
exciting.
yeah, we're now at the time of day where you get to do a closing statement, and you can go traditional old school politician with it. You can go off the cuff. Just really, this is your opportunity to talk to our close to 13,000 members and the Delray Beach community as a whole. So, the floor is yours, Tracy.
All right, I'll try to do this one off the cuff because, why not just be a little more natural with you guys? You're a natural group, and I love you, and I want to make sure that everyone just kind of sees Tracy Caruso as she really is. The fact is that you see me running for this because we have someone in office that is very divisive, is not leading our community in a way that people here are happy with. And that's really the whole thing. We want someone where there's going to be civility on the dais. Everyone doesn't have to agree with everyone. Everyone doesn't have to be given everything. You're not going to, no one's been promised anything. And that's not what anybody wants. I think a lot of people have the impression that if you're supported by people that it's because, you've sold your soul to them or something and that you want something. That's not what anybody wants or what anybody's asking for. They're asking to be treated fairly. I hear the same things from every community here, from every business here, from from every person. The idea that they want to be treated in a fair manner. They want a seat at the table. They want to know that when they go to you, that you're not going to make a decision based on whether or not you like the person or how, or that you're a person. They want to know you're not holding a grudge. They want to know that your decision is going to be fair, not that your decision is going to be yes. That's not what anybody wants. Everyone has told me the same thing. They want to be treated fairly. And when there is a disagreement, they don't want to be bashed for that disagreement. They don't want somebody who's holding something against them. We want someone who isn't tone deaf, who doesn't give themselves a 300% raise during a pandemic. We want someone who, this whole idea, what all the business owners have told me? They felt that their businesses, they heard a lot about getting shut down during the pandemic, but no one gave them any guidance for what they could keep doing to survive. I have a business in Delray Beach. I never got a letter. I never got a phone call. I never got anything giving me recommendations for what I could do to keep my employees safe, to keep going. And just even, how are you? How are you doing? We care about you. Everyone wants to be, wants to feel cared about. Our water supply, how are we having questions about this? The willful and intentional neglect, that's what they're saying. We're possibly getting fined $3 million or more, and we're supposed to give an apology because we can't say that the water was safe between 2007 and 2020. This should never happen. We need to keep in mind that it's people over politics. Always. People come first. The safety of everyone comes first. We want to make sure that everyone is treated in an equitable manner. They want to be treated fairly. They want to know that the water is safe. We want a leader in who will take a problem and face it head on and not deny it and not deny it. The instability of our city government, this is ridiculous. 8 city managers since the current mayor's been in office, 24 different department heads. It might be more now that she's gone through, over 100 different employees. This is the reason why we have some problems, such as the water. Things are falling through the cracks. People can't get permits in a normal amount of time. I hear that one constantly. And it's because it's a constant turnover. We don't have enough staff. Delray Beach has gotten a reputation as a bad place to work. And it's because of who we have in office. We've been told that. If you speak with former city managers, they'll tell you what the problem is. I want to get in so that I can stop the divisiveness. I want to get a new city manager. And I want to make sure that we have civility on the dais, that we can get along. Everyone's opinions need to be respected. If someone doesn't agree with me, that's fine. Whatever the decisions are, we make them together, we move forward, and we make sure that it works so that we have the best Delray possible. To Gregg's point before about charrettes, we don't have charrettes anymore. Where's the community involvement? The community has been pushed out. I want more involvement. I want more ideas. I want more help. I don't think that we all should have to do this alone. I think Delray Beach is an inclusive place, and we need to have more ideas and decisions. If we want a vision of Delray and a future in Delray that people here are happy with, we do that by making sure that they're involved. We make sure to include them in the decision making. We workshop ideas. And I'm willing to bet that if, Shaun, Gregg, if you guys, for example, have ideas that you move forward with, and you see some of those ideas implemented and your ideas heard, I'm sure you're going to like what you see a lot more than things that are just imposed on you, or you had no say and no voice and no ability to have any input. And that brings me to my last point, which is endorsements and support. We have a mayor who says that she doesn't care about endorsements. She cares about the voters. Of course, the voters are the most important part. Of course, our constituents are the most important part, and that's what we need. But here is the point about endorsements that I think are very important. We have an 8-year incumbent. Shelley has been in for 8 years. She's been our mayor for the last 3 years. You've got to ask yourself, how come no one is supporting an incumbent? This is a very important question, because usually an incumbent, they're doing the job, they're doing what people like, and everyone is happy to support the incumbent. That person usually gets all of the endorsements. The fact that we have someone who no one wants to support, this is something that you should really question. Our first responders are not supporting her. Police, fire, our city employees are not supporting her. SEIU, it's the labor union, they're supporting me. These are groups that are endorsing me. And most importantly, we have so many former officials here and current officials that are supporting me. The school board chair, Frank Barbieri, is supporting me. The tax collector, Ann Gannon, she's supporting me. Commissioner Bob Weinroth, supporting me. They're all supporting me. You've got to ask yourselves, why wouldn't they support Shelley? Then we have former mayors, Rita Ellis, Jeff Pearlman, Jay Alperin, Woody McDuffie, former commissioners such as Gary Eliopoulos, Jim Chard, Bill Bathurst. They're supporting me. And the reason why I think that this is important is I want our former officials to also have a seat at the table. When I make decisions, I love the idea that I can work with people who still live in our community and want to be a part of things, and that they'll actually be able to advise. I think it's the most important thing. They have the experience, they've been here for a long time, and they have the institutional knowledge that is sorely lacking. And that's what I see bringing back and into this process. And I can't wait to do it. And I really hope that you're all with me. I love Delray Beach. I love you guys. And I want to thank you for having me on today. It means a lot. Thank you so much for giving me your time.
Absolutely. We appreciate it greatly. I mean, I know with this election cycle, I'm sure every minute of your day is probably booked up with something. So the fact that you can take a half hour out for us just means the world to us. So thank you.
Really appreciate it. And again, thank you very much to our sponsor, And thank you again, Shaun, for the technical support putting this together. Tracy, again, good luck with the race. We really thank you
so
for
much.
we thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And we'll let you know when this is going to air, and we'll take it from there.
Yep.
Thank you guys again for making this nice and making this fun. And everyone, Tracy Caruso, vote for me on March 9th. I think it's very important to add that in. Or
Good
earlier,
call.
or now.
Good call.
Thank you
We'll talk
guys
soon,
so
Tracy.
much.
Bye-bye now.
Well, that another great interview from another great candidate. So
yeah, the closing statement was incredible. You know, it's hard sometimes doing stuff off the cuff, but you know, she did a good job on I really like the closing statement. I'm actually, looking forward to hearing all of them. I'm actually going to sit through and watch every single one of these. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, thank you again to our sponsor, Robes Law Group, for partnering with us in this year. We will we'll see everybody soon.
You got it.